I'm very curious. I haven't, what was the last time I saw an asmongold video to react to? I think it's been a while or so. I think there was like one video I did. I don't really do this at the end of the day, but like the problem is like I'm not really super well intelligent when it comes to like this specific like this specific department of like stuff here. So I don't really know what's been happening because I've been gone for a while because, my whole internet was gone, so I couldn't really like do my research on this subject in general. So I don't really know too much about it, but usually the big man himself would usually tell me.
Visa has finally responded, and they are having a very bad time. There has been a massive backlash to the removal of certain video games, and as I looked at earlier,
well, if you piss off the video gamers, you know for a fact they're gonna come after you like tenfold,
Here. These video games did not stop with incest and rape games like they said they would. They've also included games like mouthwashing as well. Mouthwashing is probably one of the best psychological horror narrative games that I've ever played. It is an amazing game. I would 100% recommend playing it.
Yeah.
And they had no business and no reason to ban this at all.
Yeah, we went to go look it up or so. You can't search the game, but the first search that you see, if you click on the link itself, it'll take you to the page for mouthwashing.
Finally, Visa is receiving pushback for this.
Thank God.
I think people need to keep going until they totally change their perspective. And I think that more than that, people need to be contacting representatives and lawmakers to make sure that this type of cartel that they're running isn't possible.
Imagine trying to buy a game on Steam only to find out it's vanished. Not because it's illegal, but because Visa and MasterCard decided you can't buy it.
Because
that is such a dumb thing for that to happen, to be honest. Like, literally, they're trying to tell me what to do and how to spend my money, which is my money that I earned. It's not theirs.
They're trying to create their own pseudo-government. They want to decide what's illegal and what's not.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
Last few weeks,
that's too damn bad. You will obey and consume what we tell you to. No, fuck no.
of thousands of games have been removed from both Steam and itch.io, and it's all due to pressure from payment processors. This isn't just about a few controversial titles. It's affecting everything from small indie projects to mature but otherwise legal games. It's a new reality where gamers no longer get to decide what they can buy. But gamers aren't just sitting—
And nobody that is even related to a gamer is.
Yeah.
A collective amount of annoying Karens are deciding it that live in Australia. So
that is so true. Look, I've said this multiple times and I'll say it again. If you want to keep that shit in your country and you want to do that shit in your country, do it in your own country. Don't spread it to other countries. Keep your shit to yourself, okay? All right?
You're basically at the mercy of the 100 most annoying women in the world. Think about how terrifying that is.
They have way too much power, in my personal opinion, for them to change something like this.
You are at their mercy as a video game player.
Sage, get your all women in order? True! True! Sage, fix your goddamn people over there, man. I swear to God, man. They got control the goddamn Karens over there. God Lord, man. Send them to the emus. Send them to the gulag emus, anyways.
There are reports of a mass campaign, Operation Fighting Fire with Fire. Their goal? To bombard MasterCard and Visa with calls and emails, mirroring the tactics used by groups like Collective Show.
That's
This is what people have to do.
That's good.
You have to respond and you have to play their game.
Yep.
Because we have to show these companies.
Because you want to know what the difference is between these Karens and the gamers themselves? They can be able to moderate like robots or so to do it, while the Karens have to do it manually because they're not well informed in technology for them to make their own automated bot or so to like bombard the credit card company. Compared to like the gamers themselves, they can do that and they can bombard the entire company itself if they wanted to,
That these Karens are such a tiny, like fucking microscopic minority of people that
You have the
they
power
don't
of
represent the
autistic
average
gamers that
customer.
have a lot
They
of
don't
time. That's
represent the
true.
average
That's true.
person. They are an interest group that's trying to weaponize their viewpoints and create a false majority.
Yeah.
Gamers need to rise up.
Initially targeted Steam. Collective Show claimed.
You know what? I agree with asmongold. There should be a plague. There should be a second plague to wipe them out.
Victory with around 1,000 emails, and gamers believe they can collectively shout much, much louder. Simply letting
And they have.
MasterCard and Visa know, hey, these games we want to buy are legal. Let us spend our money.
Yeah.
So, as gamers express their frustration, Visa has responded to multiple emails with what appears
So far, because I also buy hentai games too as well. The games that I've bought or so, I have not got refund on any of them. I still have my games, so I don't play them, but you know,
to be a
because I just need
copy-paste
time.
response.
I don't have time.
I've seen multiple different
Yeah, I
emails, but
bet.
they all had the exact same reply. So let's see what Visa has to say about the situation. Thank you for reaching out and sharing your perspective. As a global company, we follow the laws and regulations everywhere we do business. This sounds fair. Visa says they follow the law. Obviously,
I think that any company has to follow the law.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your TOS is. It doesn't matter what your company.
Want to know something funny? Melinda Tankard Dreist's ex apparently dropped her because of adult content. I have no idea who that is. Damn, Cole, you're a deadbeat father for your hentai games. Your mom's a deadbeat father.
Mission statement is, it doesn't matter what your values are. If you want to do business in a country, you have to follow the laws in that country with no restrictions and no ifs, ands, or buts. There's literally like no room for a company to say like, well, we're not going to follow the law because we don't want to. Of course not.
She's Collector Shout's main
something
woman.
illegal,
Is
that
it?
is its
Oh,
own
I have no idea,
situation,
to be
and I
honest.
would agree that it should be banned from Steam. But these games we are talking about are
Like I said, I haven't done my
Yes,
research on
is
the subject,
problem.
that's why.
While we explicitly prohibit illegal activity on our network, we are equally committed to protecting legal commerce. If a transaction is legal, our policy is to process the transaction. We do not make moral judgments on legal purchases made by consumers.
We need one gamer congressman to pull the CEO or a representative of Visa up and to have them say this on record, and then we need to look into this because I think they're lying. JD Vance, I don't know, man. Like JD Vance, like he's like.
Imagine if you guys had a leader or so who plays video games. That'd be crazy.
He's already got the couch allegations. I don't know if he's gonna go to bat for Coomers. I don't know if he's gonna be our guy for that. Okay, because of the whole sofa thing.
Sofa thing? I don't know what the sofa
This
thing
is
is.
a very strong statement. Visa claims they don't judge what people buy if it's legal, and if a purchase is legal, they process it. This sounds great.
It's a
This
lie.
is what you would
Trust me, you don't want me in the office of your guys' leadership, to be honest, because I would go off as a Latina, like straight up. I'd be like, shut up, Karen, shut up. No one cares about your opinion. Stop saying we're protecting for the children, okay? Stop it. It's the parents who need to parent their kids, not us. It's not our job to do the parenting for them.
assume a payment processor would
They're
do.
lying.
But if you have been paying attention at all to the
Yeah, they're
situation,
lying.
you would know this is simply not true. From games to crypto, guns, anime, porn, even energy companies, and so
Not
much
the
more.
anime
But
porn.
Back to Visa's statement. If they don't make moral judgments, what does that even mean? It means they claim they don't care if content is adult, violent, or controversial, as long as it's legal. They say their job isn't to decide what's right or wrong.
We don't give a
but just
fuck.
to make sure money moves for legal products.
That's
so they are
right.
saying one thing, but then doing the exact opposite. Visa continues in the email. Visa does not moderate content sold by merchants, nor do we have visibility into the specific goods or services.
Then why do they have all that shit in Japan?
True. True. True.
What's going on with that?
Sold when we process a transaction. This claim is also
That's
very
crazy.
clear. Visa says they don't look at the content being
The JD Vance made love to a couch cushion. It's because someone misremembered Vance's book. Well, he made what? He had sex on a cushion or something, or on a couch or something. I don't understand it, to be honest. Parents prevent your kids. Louder for those in the back.
sold.
It's just some people
Visa
are pretty
and
dumb,
MasterCard
you
are
know?
intertwined in so many
I
businesses
just don't
around the
understand
world,
the
you
logic
can't
of your
actually
guys'
expect them to go
dimension.
through every
Thank you for the
single
follow.
one
Welcome,
to
welcome.
review
And also
and
welcome to the
moderate
chatter,
everything.
so.
No, they
Visa
don't do it ahead of time. They do it, but if people complain about it, they'll go back and do it. It's obvious.
also says they don't see what's being sold when money moves. So if they don't see the content, how do
The
they know
more you
if
know.
something is quote-unquote risky? Well, they rely on reports from banks themselves, complaints from
Bro, if I was an actual legal representative for your guys' like country or something like that, I'd be pulling out the chancla every single time in like the whole Senate Congress meeting or so if someone starts doing stupid shit. I'm not even gonna have a gavel. I'm literally gonna pull out a chancla and literally go to the first person who starts saying retarded shit. Like straight up, I'm just gonna go full Latina in that goddamn room, to be honest. Stop being stupid, okay?
the public or even activist groups to flag a merchant as risky. So Visa won't look at every single game, but if a platform like Steam has a lot of content that's getting complaints, Visa
Well, how
can
could
view
something be risky? It's either illegal or it's not.
the entire platform
What does risky
as a
even
risk,
mean?
which is how collective
I'd say moist. I don't know about asmongold. There's some things I don't agree with asmongold from time to time, though, so.
show were able to get Visa and MasterCard to listen to them by painting
Maybe
Steam
for vice
and
president?
itch.io as this very bad
I don't know about
place,
main
asking them
president,
to
but I think I
demonstrate
prefer moist
corporate
critical.
social responsibility and immediately cease processing payments. But Visa
Yep.
continues in their email. When a legally operating merchant faces an elevated risk of illegal activity, we require enhanced safeguards for the bank supporting those merchants. The last part is key. Visa says if a store has a high risk of illegal activity, they make the banks working with that store take extra steps to be safe. But notice they don't say the content is illegal, just that
This
they're-
is
Yeah, that's the reason why. And also on top of that, when it comes to moist criticals, it's like point of view about like lolly content in general. His is pretty fair. That's the reason why. He understands like moist critical understands about the whole lolly, you know, like the whole lolly content and everything about, you know, about just like if you don't want to see it, just don't look at it. You know? That's it. You know? It's like, you know,
an abstract, amorphous, opaque statement that could mean any number of things. And it's intentionally vague so they can control the narrative and not have to define it. That's what they're doing.
there's a risk of it.
Obviously.
Visa claims that they do not make moral judgments on legal purchases.
we do not need
and do
more
not moderate
Souls-like.
content. But let's compare that to what Valve and itch.io actually said about the recent changes. In classic Valve fashion, they were quiet on the issue.
Yeah, they don't talk
but the
about
only
this shit.
official information we have from them is the new rule change and an official worded response they gave out to multiple different journalists. In their response, Valve hinted heavily that payment processors were threatening to cut them off. They stated they had to retire certain games because losing payment methods would prevent customers from buying any
They also charge high risk rates for high chargeback rates too. Yeah. And so this is another thing that they hide behind. This is actually a really good point you're bringing up because I know where this conversation is going to go, and I'm going to stop it before it even goes there. The idea that they're only doing it because this type of adult content has a high chargeback rate. How much do you want to bet if you did an investigation into what they were doing, you would find out that that's not true?
High charge.
I
high
bet there
charge
are
what?
tons of things that have very high chargeback rates that they allow.
Don't really know what that is. This is the only reason why I'm not really too well versed in this subject, you know?
So if chargeback rate is the only metric of decision making, you would assume that there is a threshold that anything that reaches that chargeback rate threshold is then subject to these different rules. Is that the way that Visa operates? Probably not.
titles on Steam. This made it clear that Steam was now at the mercy
A little
of
confused
these
on
payment
that, just a little bit.
processors, despite Valve's usual hands-off approach to legal content. itch.io was even more direct. They flat out stated they changed their rules because payment companies threatened to block all payments on their platform.
Yep.
So if Visa isn't making moral judgments or moderating content, why were these threats happening over legal material? Is Visa
Why would that happen? What a fucking mystery. Who knows? Nobody knows.
implying Steam
I
and itch.io are
see.
lying? Well, the answer is in one vague word:
Mhm.
risk. Visa states they require enhanced safeguards when there is an elevated risk of illegal activity. But risk is a broad term. Often, it's not actually about illegal content.
Chargebacks are people getting money back for games. Same if someone donates to you and does a chargeback on their PayPal. Ah, I see.
But about anything that might generate bad press or public protest.
Exactly. Brand risk.
This gives power to groups like Collective Shout. They sent numerous emails, made phone calls, and ran public campaigns painting Steam.
And it's like you can see how the double speak here is that we don't moderate the morality of stuff, but we do watch out for things that are brand risks. Well, yeah, but what happens whenever the brand risk happens because of the moral positioning of it? Well, I mean, you just it's a self-invalidating argument.
itch.io as risky
Got away with
places,
it? Yeah, they are.
urging these payment processors to cease business, which obviously led into them then pressuring Valve. These payment processors hold all this power because almost everyone uses their cards. So when they label a platform as risky, which often just means enough people complained, they can directly threaten that platform with losing access to their entire payment network.
That's pretty stupid in my personal opinion.
This also isn't just about Steam and itch.io either. We've seen similar problems in Japan where businesses selling certain types of legal adult content have lost payment options from companies like Visa, often under the same risk.
Japan just needs to say, listen, if you want to do business here, you can't do this anymore. I don't know
True.
why they don't do that.
True.
I mean, Visa and MasterCard will immediately capitulate, especially if they do it to one of them. Like, this is what I would do. If I was Japan, I would do it to only Visa and only MasterCard. So that way it's like you either risk losing your entire market share here or you have to follow the rules.
Gotta hit him where it hurts, you know? You gotta hit him where it hurts.
And as soon as you get them to follow the rules, then you do it to the other one.
Yep.
Umbrella. Even Visa's CEO in Japan has been vocally against
I don't know why. Like, again, like, yeah, use Visa as an example. Yeah, this is a very easy problem to solve.
Visa Japan CEO also says
content. This shows a clear pattern. Payment processors, despite their claims, directly influence what can be sold.
In order to change behavior, all you have to find out is why behavior occurs. If you can figure out why behavior occurs, you can change behavior. If you can't find out why a person is doing something, then you're fucked.
Decide a business is risky, even for legal content,
It's control,
they can effectively shut down that business's ability to operate. So this email from Visa is a clear example of a big company saying one thing, while their actions and the statements of the platforms they work with show something completely different.
Yeah, they're lying.
Now it's also important to remember, as this video did have a focus on Visa, there are other payment processors involved as well.
MasterCard and PayPal are also very big bad actors. There's been a number of guys that have tried to reach out to me. I don't know if I'm going to have them on the stream or talk to them at all. But like, for example, one of the guys, I think the guy that runs like Kiwi Farms said that he had issues with this too. And then I think Dick Masterson said that he had, it's actually, that's his name. I'm being serious.
What the fuck?
Said he had issues with this also. And I thought about maybe bringing them on. Like, obviously, like, I can't go as far to bring Nick on, right? But like, we all know, if anybody knows anything about Nick, we know that he's been debanked as well. This is a massive issue.
There are some reports from people calling MasterCard that issues have escalated to a higher department, as they have been getting calls about this all week. Whether MasterCard's higher department actually does something is a different question that we will just have to wait to see.
Well, you just keep putting pressure on them until they do something.
Yeah.
You have to understand that, like, their incentive is they're worried about brand damage. And the reason why they're worried about brand damage is
It's because, you know, at the end of the day, the brand damage is also getting hurt by a bunch of Karens talking about it. You know, in fucking Australia, of course. Man, I thought Australia was like, you know, I thought, you know, for me personally, I thought Australia was more chill, right? Because, like, you know, their forefathers and their foremothers were literally like people from prison, you know, because they put, I guess I remember, right? Isn't like basically Australia made up of like a bunch of prisoners or something back in ye old times or so?
they're worried about brand damage leading to a loss in revenue. So how do you solve that problem? You solve that problem by creating a situation where they will
You thought
lose
Australians would be
revenue
chill,
or their brand
you
will
know?
be damaged if they don't do what you want. That's how you create an outcome, and you create an apparatus that can make them behave in a way that you want. It's pretty
Exact
simple.
behind-the-scene details of what happened between payment processors and Steam are unknown. One thing is clear. Visa claims of no moral judgments don't match reality. They use vague terms like risk to deflect responsibility while controlling what content is bought and sold. This situation...
So basically they're scared because of their brand. If their brand is damaged or so, that's why they'll take immediate action even though there's like nothing to be worrying about whatsoever. I feel like that's a pretty dumb thing or so. I don't know. Like I get it, I understand it, of course, but like it's just kind of like, but they don't do their own research on that specific subject itself. Like they just kind of like take the word of mouth or so from a bunch of women or so shouting out and whatnot, and they're like, oh, we don't want to damage our brand or so we need to change this, you know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just so dumb in my personal opinion. They need a department for like their research department part or so for that specific like subject in general. If this actually is like brand damaging, you know. I just feel like at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of old people in those specific positions or so that literally don't know anything. The thing about Karens is this will be a hot topic till they find something else to focus on their hate. The key is to keep gamers engaged in fighting this until that happens. That's true, yeah, because I think that's the only thing that's kind of like unites everybody, like in general, you know, to kind of like fight against us. If they started, because apparently they're starting attacking the horror game genre, and it's just kind of like because when I saw like not really the list or so, but when I saw like I guess like kind of like the list or so of like the lewd games that were banned off of Steam, it was like, some of these are kind of like they kind of look like sloppy, you know, sloppy hentai games, you know. Some of them, maybe some of them are pretty good. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know all of them at the end of the day. I didn't see the list itself, right? Like the whole list. I only saw like a part of it, but like at least from like most of it, at least from like the images and stuff like there's like some of them. I was like, that won't be lost, to be honest, in my personal opinion. But that's just my personal opinion, though.
Elevated risk of illegal activity. What does that even mean? Like, I mean, for example, PayPal doesn't verify the reason why you're doing a transaction. I bet there's probably illegal PayPal transactions that happen constantly.
No, good. It could be. Who knows?
And also, like, if the company is doing something that's illegal, then why aren't they getting arrested in the first place? Why is the company itself not getting arrested?
Why aren't they being investigated, you know?
Payment companies like Visa and MasterCard have huge unchecked power.
They do.
They shouldn't be allowed to dictate what legal content can be bought or sold online simply by labeling it risky.
Yeah.
Because
I think that if they want to do that, and they want to act like editors, then I think the government should hold them accountable for illegal transactions that happen on their platform. So if you want to take accountability for and control the transactions that are happening on your platform, sounds great. Okay, well, the next time there's an illegal transaction, you're going to get charged for it.
Damn.
And that would last for 1 hour. That'd be it.
It really is risky.
Well, it has to be a huge charge or so for them to get caught for something like that, you know?
This unchecked power must be challenged. Payment processors, with their monopoly on transactions, operate as essential services like electricity or water. They should be forced to provide fair access to all legal purchases.
And you can see how this is happening more and more every single year. that you have people that have certain agendas or viewpoints or worldviews that try to take control of essential services like payment processing or like
Too bad. We Visa, we hold your money and tell you what to buy or not, bish. No, you don't tell me what I can use with my money. If I want to buy incest hentai fuda the third or so installment of the game, then I want to buy it. Then, you know, shit, I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's my money at the end of the day.
ISPs or even like social media or any sort of banking.
Hey, Pry.
And they try to weaponize those things to fit their goals and their worldview. This is something that's been happening, and it's something that will always happen because people that desire power will go after power, and these things are powerful. So this is something that you have to always maintain vigilance with because it will continue to happen indefinitely. For as long
I'm canceling my card. I'm back to trading with stones and eggs. Don't forget the cows and sheeps, man.
there are people, this problem will exist. And the issue right now isn't that the problem is existing, it's that it's being allowed to continue to exist.
I see.
Something hopefully we see happen in the future. That's why collective action is so important. From calling and emailing Visa and MasterCard directly to supporting policies like the Fair Access to Banking Act, gamers are making their voices heard.
They're
now telling elected officials that these powerful companies are overstepping by blocking legal.
We need to make gamers the new political party.
That's
fuck
true.
the America Party, fuck the Democrats, fuck the Republicans. We need the gamer party.
Yeah, yo, that would kind of go hard. I'm not gonna lie, to be honest. That'd be cool. That'd be cool to actually see that and just witness it.
Purchases. There are petitions already with over 100,000 signatures.
All positions, all values, all campaign promises are in service of allowing people to stay home and sit on the computer and do whatever they want without getting fucked with. That is the dream, that is the vision, and everything works in service of that.
And I'm sure it will only grow as gamers start to realize how bad this problem really is. So what do you think about Visa's email? Do you think Steam and itch.io removed tens of thousands of games just because they wanted to and then blamed it on payment processors for no reason?
Yeah, for sure. And by the way, if that's what happened, Visa and MasterCard should sue them.
The thing is clear. Gamers aren't accepting this response, and they want payment processors to stop deciding what content can be sold.
I totally fucking agree with this. This is the second video from what I don't know why I didn't subscribe to him the first time I saw his video. This is the second video he's made about this topic. I agree with it just as much as I agree with the first video. And there it is. Make sure to give him a like, right? And free market. It's not a free. See, the idea of a free market, that is a mirage. The first thing you do whenever you're in a free market is you close it. You immediately close the market. And I did this in Warcraft. Like, this is the reason, like, I used to be an anarcho-capitalist. Like, I used to think that any degree of capitalism, the market will solve every problem given a long enough timeline. After playing World of Warcraft and realizing...
I don't know, to be honest, in my personal opinion. Like I said, I'm not really into politics, so I know jack shit all. You're talking to the wrong person about politics stuff. I just kind of like the memes and we make fun of stuff. That's about it.
Amount of ways that you could take advantage of people. I realized that was a naive
The aftermath
worldview.
is what I usually like to,
the truth is that
you know,
there are so many ways that when you have power, you can use that power to keep your power and to make it even more powerful. That's it. And so, that's things learned from WoW. Yes, well, because I saw it happen. Like, for example, this is a great example. Is that back in I don't know, it's Mr. Pandaria, I think. We would sell the Garrosh mount. And every time that a guild would kill Mythic Garrosh, I would message them and I would say, or one of my friends would message them in our officer group, and we would say, congrats on killing the boss. I know you guys are going to be selling the mount soon. We're selling it for 800,000 gold. I think you should sell it for 800,000 gold too. That way we don't have to undercut each other. And every single person agreed. And also, I did the exact same thing in classic
To be honest,
WoW.
I hope we get someone that isn't a career politician, someone younger that wasn't born in the dinosaurs, someone who, well, didn't I think I heard this or so from a video or so. Isn't what fuck, what's the name? Isn't the game theory guy running for like politician or something like that? I heard something. I heard something like some kind of buzzword or something like that. You know. Freaking game theory, the game theory guy, what's his name or so? I forgot his name, but like apparently he's running for a certain politician thing. I don't know if he's running for president or something, or if he's running something else, but like Matt Pat, there you go. I heard Matt Pat is like something. I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not.
In classic
I was wondering
WoW,
what
there
happened to
was
Matt
one
Pat, to
other
be honest.
person that had the Lionheart helm, like a pattern in order to make the Lionheart helm.
Who knows? Maybe
And
he could be
and
probably
I
the gamer
just
party, you
messaged
know?
each other, and we said we're gonna price fix at 100 gold commission tip, and we did, and we made thousands of gold off of it. Is that a free market? Fuck no, it's not a free market. So
He's a
the
senator?
entire
He is?
fantasy of this,
Man, I missed so much,
a
to
free
be honest.
market can
Goddamn.
only exist because it is made to exist. You have to enforce a
That's how
free
you know I don't
market.
follow
A
politician
free
stuff.
market
so.
does not happen by default. The opposite of a free market happens by
I'm gonna
default.
be honest with you. Like, this is the one thing I hate about your guys' dimension specifically. You have these old ass farts or so, like literally, like leading your guys' like kind of like country and stuff like that. It'd be better if you guys have a little bit more younger president, you know, or like a leader representation, you know, that kind of understands like today's age of like technology and like what the actual people want, you know. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Not elect Tech to be president. What do you got, Tech Tone? But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they just need to get rid of the old farts, to be honest. They just need to go away, you know.
Default.
Thank you for the
And
follow.
then
Welcome.
You have to make it free by regulation.
Trust me, we
and
hate it too.
legislation. That's what happens. And so this entire idea.
It's because
that
they
people
don't
have with this, I think
understand
it's very,
today's
very
age
off
of
base.
stuff. Like, they don't. Like,
And so-
Mama Azathoth may be like, you know, the ruler of the entire dimension of the void, but at least she understands, you know, actual logic stuff. I elect Pirate Software. He worked in Blizzard for 7 years. Can you say it again? I didn't know he worked at Blizzard. Damn, why didn't he say that? You know? No, if I'm wrong, sorry. He made a caucus for creators. What? I don't know what that is.
So free market is free for companies, not for consumers. Yeah, everyone charged 100 gold for Lionheart helm crafting. Exactly. And the reason why is because nobody wanted to undercut anybody else, because we price fixed. And we did that intentionally, and we discussed it personally. We discussed it openly, personally, and directly. And that's really all
It's
there is
essentially
to
a group
it.
of
And that's what they were
politicians.
doing.
I
And that's my
see.
point. Is that
They're trying to put term limits on senators and congressmen. It's not perfect solution, but it gets rid of a lot of the career politicians. What's the limit? Like, what's the actual limit? Is it like, how long is it? Is it 5 years or something like that? I feel like, in my personal opinion, it should be less.
a free market? No, it's not. And so when a company behaves,
Like I said, I
this
don't know
way-
anything about. Like I said, I don't know
learned-
anything
this
about.
sounds crazy.
politician
I
stuff,
went to
so.
college. I have a business degree. I remember very clearly my marketing teacher saying a price war never helps anybody. And I thought to myself, well, what about the customer? And it was not even considered. Companies don't want to undercut each other because they don't want to lose money. That's the reason why. And so they don't, and also in a lot of cases, you don't need a formal conspiracy in order to.
She's too otherworldly to
effectively
be
have
bothered in
a
our world.
cartel.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome. No limit right now. Hey, there's not a limit. Are you serious? That's so weird.
Like, you know, you don't need a formal conspiracy when interests converge. I think that's what George Carlin said, and I completely agrees with this, right? And that's it. Let me see. I'll probably look at a few more of these over here, too. And they regularly fail, like OPEC. Yeah, it's called a loss leader. Walmart loves this strategy. Well,
Take care,
loss
Red.
leaders,
Be
so
safe,
that's
hon.
another
Thank you for
thing,
coming
too.
by as always.
Is
Very
that
much
that's
appreciated.
another
So
form of, like, bully capitalism, is that you can
they're
sell...
looking to make it a 2-term limit, each term being 3 years. It should be 2. 4 in total. That's my opinion. It should be 4. Not 3 per term year, or as in 6 in total. It should be 4. That's just my opinion.
At a lower rate than somebody else to price them out of the market, to make their product unviable for long enough that they can't maintain their business model, and then you can kill them in the free market, and that way you can maintain monopoly control. There's a lot of ways to do this. Amazon did that, yeah.
No, because 2 years, as I would say, each term, 2 years, and you got 4 in total, so they can only be there for 2 years. So for each term they want to run, so.
Because Jeff Bezos.
So I'm trying to get
smart.
another year for real. Is he?
That's the reason why. And it's dumping. It's illegal. Yeah, if you get caught, if they can prove it, which they can't 99% of the time. And when they can prove it, Rockefeller, I don't think that's what he did. I think he just had vertical integration and he did other bad stuff.
You know what I want to see? What I want to see in your guys' president or so, or like the American president. You know what I want to see? Watch this. I'll show you guys. I want to see this. Maybe that's just me though. Maybe that's personally just me in general. But like, let me see. I want to see someone walking up to the inauguration of like the president thing or so. You know how like they do like the where he puts his hand on the Bible or I don't know what the fuck they put their hand on. I have no idea. So like when they do like the whole inauguration thingy thing or whatever, he puts his hand and then like swear oath to the country and whatnot. I want to see one of the presidents like in the future to literally walk up into the like inauguration wearing one of these. I just want to see literally one of them wearing the bleach captain outfit and just walking up to the goddamn fucking thing or so, and they're putting their hands on it. I don't know. I just kind of want to see something like that or so, I just want to see, like, I want him to give out a menacing presence or so, but like have him walk up to it literally wearing this,
Sorry, my mind is foggy at the moment.
Libras, hey Raiders, how you guys doing? But yeah, that's what I want to see. Yamamoto in 2028, bro, that would go hard if I saw Yamamoto in 2028, dude. I'll be honest with you, that would be a crazy thing. How was the stream? What'd you stream? Oh, Kingdom Hearts. I still need to finish my Kingdom Hearts playthrough as well, so. Ceremonial reasons and aura farming for real? Dude, we need to have you. Okay, well, actually, to be honest, you guys really definitely do, actually. That's you guys. But we, in general, everybody in this entire dimension, we need an actual, president or so for America to literally have him aura farming. We just have to have the guy to aura farm. That's it. That's all I kind of want to see. I just want to see someone to start aura farming from the president, I want a president that doesn't dress in a suit. Yeah, I kind of want to see something a little bit wacky, in my personal opinion. Ko really wants to live in the world of Showa America story. Hey, you know what? At least that version of America would be better, in my personal opinion. I'm doing a level 1 critical run in Kingdom Hearts 2. Definitely made a lot of progress. Oh, that's cool. I've done a critical run, but not level 1 though. I just done the critical run. That's about it. So, but yeah, that's what I want to see. I just want to see a president that just aura farms. That's it. That's all I basically want to see at the end of the day. So. I don't know. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. That's a game title I haven't seen in a long time. I was addicted to Kingdom Hearts on the GameCube back in the day. Really? That was on the GameCube? I didn't know. I had it on the PlayStation. That's why I had it on PlayStation 2. I need Show America story to be good. I can't wait to play that game, to be honest. I want to see all the Easter eggs in that game. But yeah, overall, that's kind of it. That's all I basically want. I just kind of want this, or maybe we can do something like this in general. Let me see. This would be kind of funny. I don't think it would work out, but it'd be pretty funny or so. Let me see. Just literally have a chamber, literally just like this, you know? Just have a chamber like this. I would totally, like, I literally would totally, like, 100% would laugh my ass off if you guys had some kind of shit like this or so in the presidential place. It'd be funny, bro. It'd be super funny as hell. Like, I would totally love it. Either something like this or something like this, you know? That's what I want to see in, like, in the presidential, like, shit, you know? I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know. I think the world's a little bit too serious, a little bit too boring in my personal opinion. At least, like, your guys' dimension or so. At least, like, my dimension is a lot more entertaining than this. But, like, you guys need something like this. You guys need to spice up your shit. But, yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. But yeah, overall, like, that's kind of like pretty much it. You know, honestly, like, they just need someone like that in general. That kind of like, you know, they just need a newer president, a younger president who understands this time of dimension or so, or not the dimension, but this time frame in general that can understand, you know, who's keeping up to date with like a lot of these things in general that's happening around the world and around, you know, the scene in general. So that's kind of like pretty much it. But yeah, but hopefully the whole visa thing gets solved, the MasterCard and Visa. Hopefully gamers push back and, like, you know, and make it, you know, just kind of like make it a lot more better for everyone. Because I'm like, bro, if I want to buy a goddamn hentai game that's like literally has incest, tentacle, fuda, and like whatever other shenanigans in it, or what, I don't know what the other genre got deleted from, but like, oh yeah, the grape one, I think. Like, if I want to have something like that, you know, I'm just like, hey, just let me buy it, bro. Like, honestly, just let me buy it. It's fictional. It's not even real at the end of the day. But yeah, overall, that's it. That's the end of the video. And peace.